There we are. Recording now. I'll tell you, summer cold is something you don't even wish on your worst enemy. I gotta carry a bag, so I imagine I'm gonna have a little bit of lens clacking going on this time, because I won't be able to hold the lens, not this time. I'm just trying to get the collar around my camera strap. See, there I am over there, the old guy with the glasses and the cap, blue coat, holding up the camera. That's me. Anyway, yeah, I'm doing that for my fellow terrorists, you know, so that they can get a good picture of me when they want to, you know, take my life for speaking against, you know, Israel. I want to make some things clear about that too, you know. Israel, hell, as they call it. See, you gotta understand how their pronunciation of things is not the same as ours, right? Like, you know, Satan, right? It's Satan, and lots of things are. See, you have to understand their language, especially their Yiddish. You know, it's very, very crass, very, very guttural, and very harsh sort of language. All right, it isn't a melodic language, right? It isn't really a very sweet language, and I don't believe that the language of Israel is anything like the original, what do they call it, Hebrew, all right? And my reasons for this are manifest. Even before symbolic representation and alphanumeric characters changes, all right, the pronunciation is generally the first to change or evolve, as the linguists say, all right, because it's the spoken word, right? And the symbols change a little bit slower. You know, they catch up to the alterations in the pronunciations of sounds. Now, the language Moses spake is not spoken today. That's a fact. Now, a lot of people have a problem dealing with that reality, but it's a fact. How do I know that? Well, let's go back to the time of Abraham, or Abram, as he was first called, father of Isaac. No, he wasn't. Abram was not the father of Isaac. How's that? How is that? Well, see, you can't have it both ways. All right? Either Isaac was the firstborn of Abraham, and he was, technically, on a technicality. Or Ishmael was the firstborn. They can't both be firstborn because they won't both born at the same time. And if you read the record correctly, Ishmael was the firstborn. Now, the Bible doesn't really give us all the details concerning Hagar, except we know that she was a bondswoman. Praise God. So she had much grace because she was a bondswoman. Alright. I don't mean to digress. Maybe we'll get into that one later. And she gave birth to Abram's firstborn son. Alright? According to all the records that we can find, Abram, his name got changed later to Abraham. Abraham, as some would call him. Alright? So because his name got changed, Ishmael was not Abraham's firstborn, but the firstborn of Abram. You see the difference? There was a name change. And as a result of this name change, Isaac became the firstborn son of Abraham, or as some say, Abraham. Alright. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty. We're talking about the same man. Father of Ishmael and the father of Isaac. The same man. Or the same person. If we dare use that very messed up word. I'm switching hands here so I can hang on to the lens cap in my bag at the same time here. Don't have to drink my juice yet. Alright. I hope this is making sense. The language Abraham spoke, the language that Abram spoke, is the language from the land of Some say Ur. I won't debate one way or the other how to pronounce it. You are. Some say that Sumer and are the same. Okay, fine, I'll give them that. I'm not the big geographical historian here, but all right. If that should be the case, so be it. Anyway, land of Mesopotamia, the cradle of civilization, Africa. All right. Abraham spoke a very ancient dialect. There are stones that bear the symbology of that language. Their characters only very, very vaguely resemble the alphabet, if you dare call it that, of the Aramaic language. The language of was not the language of Babylon. Now, the Israelites, of course, and I'm talking Israelites, not Israelis. See, they want us to confuse Israeli for Israelite. Almost nothing could be further from the truth. Okay? An Israeli is 98% not Israelite. Okay? Let's get that right. So that you don't mistaken Israelis for the quote-unquote apple of God's eye. Alright, I'm telling you this. Because Israelis, over 98% of them, Israelis, are not Israelites. Alright, I just had to say that. Okay? And the Israelites of the Bible, okay, they were taken into Babylon, and I don't remember exactly how many years it was the first time, but I do know that the second time it was over best historical, see, I'm not a historian. Records indicate that they were in the captivity of Babylon for 400 years. Do you know how much occurs in 400 years? Let's go back 100 years from our time. Okay? Look at how much has changed since 1912, for example, or 1913, compared to today. A century ago, they were just fiddling around with things like radio. They didn't, nobody had a standard, radio in their house or anything like that. No TV. A telephone was, in its experimental phases. Electricity. Most people used horse and buggy. Airplanes. These were all like modern inventions that came later. Seriously. Only a century ago. But they were in captivity for 400 years. They had assimilated into the Babylonian culture. This is something they don't want to admit. Not only were they in captivity to Babylon once for 400 years, but they were in the captivity of Babylon, if you read the biblical accounts, twice. Twice God handed them over to Babylon. Their language largely changed from the time that they came out of the loins of Abraham. Their language greatly evolved. It was not the same as the language that Abraham spoke at all. Pardon my summer cold. Now, we have records of this. We have actual glyphs where, the language is estimated to be somewhere in the areas of 7,000 years old. And these old glyphs do not in any way depict what is being called Hebrew today. Now, again, the way a letter is pronounced generally changes before the symbology, the symbolic representation of that letter has been modified or altered. And so I can safely say that the pronunciation of those letters, those glyphs, if you will, was immensely different than the way the language, is pronounced today. The quote-unquote Hebrew, I don't even want to call it Hebrew because I can't bring myself to call it Hebrew. Seriously, Moses spake Hebrew, all right? Abraham spake Hebrew. Israelis don't speak Hebrew. They speak a bastardized Aramaic, a Babylonian tongue, all right, that came out of over 400 years of bondage to Babylon. You can't tell me that is Aramaic or that is Hebrew. You can call it Aramaic if you want. I don't care. You can call it Chinese if you want. I don't care. It doesn't make it Chinese. I'm just saying, do your homework, do your research, please, before you come after me, screaming at me, calling me an anti-Semite. Do you understand that all Arabian peoples are Semites? That's right. They came out of the same Semitic lineage. They came out of the loins of Abraham. Therefore, all Arabic peoples are Semites. So if you're going to call me an anti-Semite, that you're trying to tell me I don't like Arabs. You're a liar. I do like Arabs. All right, lots of people don't know that Arabs are Semites. They come from the same Shem, the same name. Shame, some say. People are ignorant. They don't do their homework. They make themselves fools. Yeah, there you go. That's right. I know a lot of people say, well, no, that's not true. That's not true. They came from the Arabs. Oh, no, Arabs, they came from Esau. No, they didn't, but I won't dispute it with you. The Bible says they came out of Ishmael. Okay, but even if they did come from Esau, even if they did, that's not the case, by the way, but even if they did, Esau is the son of who? Isaac. Isaac is the son of who? Abraham. Abraham is what? Hebrew. Again, you lose. Just saying. Make your Bible studies. Do your history. Learn the truth. That's all I'm saying. I don't hate anybody. You know. I sure hate what Israel's doing to the world today. And I sure hate the way Israel is trying to destroy the sovereignty of the nations in our planet. You know, what makes our planet so spectacular is the diversity in culture. And they want to change all that. They want to corrupt all that. They want to destroy that. You know, they just want to make it all one standard. Everybody the same. I'm against that. I am opposed to that. There's a reason there are differences. And it isn't necessarily just because one culture is better than another. No. It's because our best preservation can be found in the diversity of our gifts and our learning. Anyway, I digress. You know, if we all become one monoculture here, we're going to be in great danger. Great danger, my friend, of becoming automatons, robots, clones. We don't need it. Where's the fun in that? I celebrate diversity.